Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract. No lifts, set in Dubai and supplied to us today by Paul Anderson 37. So moving on to our briefing. With the lifts out of order, 47 will have to use the stairs and ladders. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with 1 objective. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting as the penthouse staff. We're going to have a breaching charge stored up in the penthouse ventilation room, not strictly necessary, and we will be bringing with us a remote micro taser, a lethal syringe, and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, our first target is literally stood next to us. So we're going to select our lethal syringe, step behind the other penthouse staff member and jab him with our needle. He will go down rather gracefully and rather quickly. Quicker than that, please. Thank you very much. Well done. So 1 target down. We're now going to move on to target number 2, who is located outside the front of the penthouse. On our way there, we will retrieve our breaching charge. Now, like I said, this is not strictly necessary. In fact, it's not necessary at all. You don't need it. But for the purposes of the video, I'm going to bring it because it will mean that the elimination it's associated with will be a little bit more cinematic. So we're going to make our way out the front of the penthouse, not using the main entrance as both of the guards there are enforcers. We're going to make our way out into the infinity puddle, and around the back here we will find a generator. We're going to turn that generator on and then off again, and that will attract the attention of our target. There we go. We're going to drop our remote taser into the puddle right next to the generator and then get ourselves out of the water. And when our target goes around to investigate, we can then activate the taser, eliminate our target with a shockingly bad day. There we go. Down you go, sir, quickly. Thank you very much. We're going to take his outfit before anyone spots him, although I don't think anyone ever does. There we are, nice snug fit. And then we're going to make our way down and into the main area of the building where the atrium is located. So our next target is right down in the what I would call lounge area by the penthouse. It's directly below us essentially, and he is also a guard. This is him right here, stood against the wall. We're going to make our way around the corner to the lift shaft. We're going to throw our breaching charge against the wall and quickly retrieve it. That will get our target's attention, and when he comes around to investigate, which he should be doing any moment, of course he has to radio in first of all and say that he's scared and can someone come and hold his hand, even though he is a well-trained, well-armed man. We can then render him unconscious, and we can deposit him down the lift shaft provided. Down you go, sir. Hope you learn to fly on the way. So 2 more targets to go, and our next target is located right down by the atrium lifts, and we are going to deal with her next of all, as our one and only exit is not the atrium lifts. So we'll get her out of the way and move on to our final target. So she is here currently admiring the picture on the wall. I don't see what all the fuss is about. It just looks like something made of bronze, possibly even gold. It looks a bit dark for gold. She's going to go and stand over here and light a cigarette, and as you know, we're no longer allowed to smoke inside buildings, so over she goes. So that just leaves our final target, and that is Miss Stuyvesant, and she is located up by the black and gold bar. and once we enter into the area, we will trigger her routine along with Lucy Phillips. There they both are, and once we get close enough, that will trigger the routine. Lucy Phillips will yap on for a little while, and Miss Stuyvesant will try to evade her as best she can. She will come into the VIP area and she will sit down at one of the tables here, and at that point we can then drop the chandelier on her head. So this is where the breaching charge comes in handy. So if we didn't have the breaching charge, we wouldn't have a good view of the elimination, but you can just use the winch to drop the chandelier, but the breaching charge means that we get a nice front row seat of Miss Stuyvesant taking a rather hefty bonk on the head. So with all of our targets now dealt with, all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and our one and only available exit is the lift shaft exit via the security office. So there we go, one more subscriber contract taken care of, and we get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We met our objective and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.